What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hey man, I want to welcome y'all back to the Comedy Chronicles. I'm gonna crank this back up too, man. We're gonna talk about some of the things that's going on in comedy. Um, trying to we're waiting on my man Dekeys to check in. He just called me. You know, we some old players, some old school players, so he ain't really all up on this computer technology yet. You know what I mean? So hopefully he'll be in a minute. I know one subject we gonna talk about is gonna it might get real touchy. You know what I mean? But everything I speak can be truth. You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk about people being joke thieves in the comedy game. There's a lot of that going on now. It's been going on. You know what I mean? But we'll get into all that. You know what I mean? I know y'all. I don't know if y'all seen the stuff going on with Earthquake and Corey Holcomb. I know both of them. You know what I mean? We'll talk about that. But yeah, we just waiting on the keys to click in. And hey man, I had my second day of practice, man. I done started back coaching. I had my second day of practice. We got a few more ladies out there today. You know what I mean? Yesterday I put a little video clip of one of the little things that we do. You know what I mean? But we had quite a few more people. They got there a little late though. But like I say, man, okay, there go the key. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yo,
Yeah. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. What's
Oh,
going
okay.
on, pimping?
What's happening? What's happening, man?
I don't know. Trying to figure out this new technical type stuff, man. What's up, Black?
Hey man, I told them we some old school players. We ain't hit with all this shit, man.
Yeah, man. All this goddamn techno teenager type shit. We some
Hey
dinosaurs
man.
in the game, but I tell you what, we some dinosaurs that bite.
Oh yeah. Hey man, we still vicious. You know what I mean? Even though we more low key now. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
Hey man, what we're gonna talk about the state of the comedy game right now, man. Like there's a lot of shit going on in the comedy game, man.
You froze on me, Black. You say what now?
I say there's a lot of stuff going on in comedy right
You
now.
froze
You
on me
know
a
what I
little bit.
mean? I'm saying you might be freezing, cause I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It might
Okay.
be my reception over this way, man. Hold on.
Yeah.
Trying to get this thing right. Hey, you know what I'm feeling like now? You remember when Teddy Riley was doing the verses?
Yeah, he was looking crazy as hell.
Yeah, he trying to get his
Hey,
shit right. I'm trying to get my shit right.
hey man, we gotta get into it because boy, it's here. And it's a whole lot of difference in what we used to do and what they doing now. It's a whole lot of difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
The
right.
pay,
You right.
the pay is a whole lot different too.
Hey man, the game has it's a different game out here right now.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what I be telling everybody. Everybody asking me,
It's a
do I want
different
to get
game
back
out here.
in? Yeah, everybody be telling me I need to get back into it. I be like, hey man, the game it's a different thing now. You know what I mean? It ain't about how funny you are no more. You know what I mean? It's about how many followers you got.
Exactly. And the only way they getting in hold on, I'm trying to get this thing right. And the only way they getting in the game now, goddamn, is how many jokes, how fast you can steal jokes.
Yeah. But the joke thieving shit, man, that shit been going on since the start of time, yo. Well, at least since I've been in it.
Yeah, it's been going
You know
on,
what I
baby.
mean? Now it done got a whole lot worse. You know what I mean? Like that was one of the things that I didn't like when my work started slowing down with Bruce. Like when I was hosting backstage and I was seeing how it was, you know what I mean? It was already known that people be stealing jokes and doing them out of town. But when I started seeing them doing it right in each other's face, I was like, oh, hell no. Like, come on,
Well, see,
man.
you know,
Hell no.
that was when they stole jokes and stole them from, and they do it in front of you. Then they try to come
Yeah.
over there and shake your hand. What's up, dog?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, I don't get it, man. Like, I ain't never wanted to be nobody but me. You know what I mean? Like, it'd have been easy for me to pick up on Bruce style because we were together so much. You know what I mean? But I never wanted to be like him. I remember he asked me one time about wearing some suits, and I was like, "Pimp, that ain't me, man. That's you." Like I'm on stage, I'm gonna be comfortable, and then wearing a suit, even though it looked nice, it don't fit what I talk about. You know what I mean? I can't be out here talking all this street shit, and I'm sitting here in a suit. Like that don't, to me it didn't go together. I made it work a couple of times that I had to actually dress up like on certain shows, but nah, man, that wasn't really my thing. That was his thing.
Hey, I just want to let the people know, Black. Next time I'm gonna be in a better location with better reception. So I mean, I don't know how I'm coming in, but I just want to let y'all know. Next time I'll be in a better reception with better location, or I'll be at Black House, one of the two. But it's going down
Yeah,
every Wednesday
yeah,
night.
we'll get it worked out. We'll
Yeah,
get it worked
this
out.
is the Bugs and the Kink show.
Oh yeah. Hey man, everybody goes through that, so it don't bother me. And then like a lot of people, they tape shows and then go back and play them. Like I don't mind going. I like going live. Like I want people
Hey
to
man, this raw
natural
and
shit.
hey Black. It's
Right,
just like our comedy from day one, raw,
right,
uncut.
right.
And I
That's
don't know
right.
who out there. I can't see who out there, but let me tell you something. Y'all with two of the original, uncut, raw comedians on this podcast. Ain't never
Hey man.
stole no jokes. Ain't never did nobody shit. Always been goddamn straight from the hip with it.
Well, yeah. That's the only way I know how to be,
So
man.
when you asked me to join this, I was like, shit. How can I say no? I mean, real recognize real. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah. Our history go way back anyway, man. You one of the ones I always call as soon as I get a budget, nigga. You and Double D gonna be the first two people I call. And then if I can, JJ gonna be on the show. Y'all gonna be the first three I always
Yes,
call.
sir.
You know what I mean? So hey man, I always know how the show gonna go. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about nobody. I don't have to worry about nobody being on time. You know what I mean? Like all that shit matters. Look like we lost him. But yeah, all that type shit matters, man. You know what I mean? Like when I was on the road with Bruce, we were known as two of the most professional comedians in the game or entertainers. You know what I mean? Because we was always on time, no matter what time we had to be doing radio or sound check or you know what I mean, a meeting or something, we always on time. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that I require when like when I'm in control of the budget. You know what I mean? I don't like to deal with people that I gotta worry about. I always need some people that I can depend on. You know what I mean? Because there ain't no telling what I might have us doing. You know what I mean? But I was trying to wait on the keys to come back before we talk about the joke thieves. But like I say, that's one of the things that I didn't like when I when my work slowed down with Bruce and I was hosting backstage. I didn't like how I seen everybody doing everybody jokes. You know what I mean? Like we already knew that somebody will take your jokes and do them on the road. We already knew that, but now they had done got so bold. They had done got so bold that they were doing it in each other's face. And I remember I had started this competition at backstage. You know what I mean? But part of the competition was you couldn't do nobody else material. You know what I mean? They didn't they didn't they didn't really care for that. You know what I mean? They had a problem with that. You know what I mean? A lot of comedians stopped liking me for that. You know what I mean? I remember somebody did one of Doodoo Brown jokes, and I called Doodoo Brown and put him on speaker to listen to it. I was like, Doodoo, I want you to hear something. And then got there when the dude did the joke, and Doodoo heard him. You know what I mean? Doodoo like, hey nigga, that's my motherfucking joke, nigga. This Doodoo motherfucking Brown. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, pimp, I told him, if I see them doing anybody's jokes, hey, man, I'm calling them out on it. Like, that's not going to help you. You know what I mean? And I've had jokes to be stolen from me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in putting people on blast, but I will talk about some of the shit that we went through. And Dekeys said he's trying to get back on, but I remember one of my jokes about or I remember my laugh. Somebody did my laugh, and this is one of my partners to this day. But the little laugh I used to do, and one night, and Comic View used to come on two times. It come on around 10 o'clock, then it come back on at 1 o'clock. So somebody had called me and told me that they had seen me on TV that night. So at 1 o'clock, I'm gonna catch it. But I had done dozed off. But when I heard my little laugh, it woke me up. I'm like, damn, I get to finally see myself on TV. But when I looked up, it was somebody else. I'm like, hell no. How the fuck? Come on, pimp. You supposed to be my boy. You know what I mean? But when I seen him, I asked him about it. He was like, hey man, I thought we agreed that we laughed alike or something like that. I ain't never agreed that somebody do the same shit I do. Like a lot of time, like when I started doing comedy, people were scared to do the type of comedy I was doing. You know what I mean? So how all of a sudden you don't start stealing my jokes? You know what I mean? And everything I ever wrote was original. You know what I mean? So, and like I say, man,
Am I
when I
back
start,
on black?
yeah, we see you. Sound like you still got a bad signal, but yeah, we see you.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
when
I
I
apologize, y'all. I tell you what, next time we're gonna make sure we got these technical difficulties worked out.
oh yeah, and then I was running around at the last minute too because I
I
done
got
started back practicing kickball and having to pick my girl up from work and all kind of shit. So I was running up until the last minute too.
so I may drop again, y'all. I mean, I'm just in one of those areas where I don't get good phone reception. over by my house. So
well, you know, they knocking down shit everywhere, man. They some of this shit they gonna have to put some more towers up. You know what I mean? Y'all just knocking down everything. Y'all gotta put some more towers up. 2022, nobody should be having bad reception. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely
especially
right.
up in the city. You know what I mean? Now I can see some of the rural areas, but really, 2022 they shouldn't be having none either. I mean, they should have some good internet by now. Like, goddamn.
Well, I mean, you know, hey, they should, but you know what I'm saying. They be telling us 5G, 6G. I don't think they getting us nothing but AG.
Yeah. it be the same old shit. They put a new name on it and
yeah,
send you a
same
dream.
shit, different day, goddamn.
Yeah, man. And I was talking about the joke thieves too, man. Like,
Man,
the first
let me tell you
time.
something. Go ahead, Black. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was finna say listen, and I hope they watching. 50% of the comedians in the ATL are joke thieves. I'm just gonna put it out there. You know, and I don't want to start calling these jokers by name, but if I have to, I will. But 50% of the comedy that y'all see in the ATL is remixed.
Right. Right.
By 50% of the comedians that you see. So, I mean, don't feel like, oh, this such and such is so funny. They supposed to be funny. They don't took everybody's shit. So, you know.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't had to say something to a couple of people about doing my shit, man. And I was like, look, pimp, just because I'm on the road with Bruce and y'all don't see me, nigga, I'm still here, pimp. Like when I started, y'all nigga was scared to talk like me. Like, nigga, y'all told me I wasn't gonna make it. Everybody did. When I say everybody, I mean everybody told me I wasn't gonna make it. You know what I mean?
Matter of fact, probably some joke thieves on stage tonight.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Guaranteed.
You know, and I just want the people out there to know. I mean, it ain't no hating.
No.
Because I mean, I call me out. If you thought I don't stole somebody's joke, call me out. That's all I'm saying. If any comedian can call me out and say, hey, you stole, call me out.
Right.
I write all my shit.
Oh yeah.
I don't remix nobody's shit. Right. So it's not a fact of, hey, the key sound like he hating. I'm not hating. I'm just saying it's a creative art. And if you don't have the creative art, step aside.
Right. Like,
you know, don't take somebody shit and put it on the road. Now I'm gonna put this shit out here because the motherfucker goddamn came to my city. But Arnaz J, this motherfucker running commercials with my motherfucking material. They running Arnaz J commercials, but it's my material. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Hey man.
I started to go down there and tell that nigga, hey man, you cough up some of that bread, bro.
Nigga, I got a story about him. Like, I remember when we was in New Orleans when you know, it's supposed to went from Bruce hosting to Arnaz. But that next season they kind of did it together, and then they were doing a couple of different cities. Right. But they was trying to figure out how they was gonna make the transition from Bruce to Arnaz. So they came up with some shit about we were gonna be in the swamp in a boat. Bruce was supposed to fall out the boat. They made a big dog like Bruce and everything. And Arnaz was like, look, man, I can jump in. I know how to swim. I can jump in. I can save him. I was like, oh, Lord. So he was like, hey, man, no, I'm for real, man. I can jump in the water. I can save him. Like, that'll be perfect. You know what I mean? He fall in the water. I jump in the water and save him. And then I take his place out. So they done came up with this bullshit. So before he did this shit, I said, hey, man, is there anybody on this boat that can swim? I said, because I can't swim. You know what I mean? I say, but is there anybody on here that can swim? And it was a couple of them like, yeah, I can swim. a couple of them. I used to be a lifeguard. All this whole shit, right? So I'm looking like some ain't finna go right. I guarantee you, some ain't finna go right. So, and I'm talking about the water was dark as hell, man. Like the dudes that drove the fan boats, they were driving the shit out of them. They said that they had just seen a 10-foot alligator right over there where we at. So
hold on, Black. So they actually was gonna let somebody fall or actual person?
Hold on. They don't actually let him. The shit happened, Pimp. I'm dead ass serious.
What?
Listen. So look, they done came up with this bullshit, agreed on this bullshit. So when Arnez jumped in the goddamn water, they started wanting to talk. Now they got some more ideas. Okay, but while you got these ideas, the boat was drifting away from him.
He in the water with these fucking crocodiles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, alligators.
Yeah. Okay, now, before he jumped in the water, he done forgot that he got on these cotton-ass sweat shorts. You know, like the cotton sweatsuit pants?
Yeah.
But he got the shorts on. You know, them motherfuckers thick as hell. So when they got wet, they got heavy as hell. Pimp, he was drowning, Pimp. Everybody that said that they were lifeguards and could swim, they done froze. Nigga, I had to throw his ass a rope, and when he grabbed the rope, I snatched his ass up to the goddamn boat. I said, hey, Pimp, I don't know what the fuck you trying to do, but it ain't worth it. Your life, nigga. You know what I mean? And he was like, hey, Black, I just appreciate it, man. True story. And you can ask Bruce. True, you can ask the people the producers that was recorded goddamn BET back then.
But Black, I love the story because that's letting the people know the creativity of these producers and these writers. They can come up with nothing better than that. You know, putting somebody's life in danger. Ain't nobody signed a waiver. Ain't nobody out there trying to make sure.
They didn't come up with that idea. He came up with it.
Oh, he came up with it.
He came up with it.
So he felt the goddamn basically almost get ate by some alligators to goddamn host BET.
Man. Hey, Pimp. I was like, hey, Doc, whatever it is you're trying to do, Pimp, it ain't worth it, man. Don't you kill yourself for this shit, Dad.
Oh, man.
Hey, man.
That's sad. That's sad. You know, I wanna maybe be a household name. I mean, you know, have my name in limelights, but certain shit I ain't finna do it.
Right.
You know, that's one of them.
Right.
You know, so I mean, maybe I just get to the people like this raw and uncut all the time.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
like I say, I can talk about a lot of shit in the comedy game, Pimp. Like a lot of these beefs, hey man, there's been a lot of beefs underlying beefs for a long ass time, man. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
Before we get out the joke these shit, let me tell you, like, I noticed that it was joke thieves early, and I ain't gonna call the one that stole the shit, but I'll call out my nigga he stole it from. Like, if y'all think about it, just think about looking at certain shit. Like my nigga JJ, the joke that he first started when he first came around. When he first
the cheerleading joke. Let's just put it out there. The cheerleading joke.
And the goddamn the
difference
between the black and white band.
Shit.
Hey man, that was JJ joke. Niggas hijacked the shit out of him and did it on TV. That's when I think we had been in the game about a year or two. That's when I realized.
Yeah, we were new jacks in the game, so you know we ain't really know too much.
Yeah, a lot of the so-called professionals when we were amateurs, they used to come to amateur night, open mic night, sit back in the back of the club with that pencil and that pad and take these young niggas jokes. Like pimp, I done seen it.
Or have people come to
Yeah, yeah,
and writing your shit
yep,
down.
yep,
So yeah, I mean,
yep.
hey, you know,
This
if
shit,
my shit
this
ain't
shit
funny, it just
crazy.
ain't funny, you know. But I ain't finna go out here and
Right.
take nobody else shit.
Nah,
You
man.
know, I got I
You
got
know what I
I got to
mean?
stand on my own. Like, you know, hey, it is what it is. If y'all like this shit, you like it. If you don't, then shit. You know, I
Right,
take my little boo and walk back to the dressing room. You know what I'm saying, with my tail tucked.
right,
But at least
right.
I did it with my shit.
And you know when they gonna steal it. Cause they gonna tell you in a roundabout way.
Yeah,
If
they
they
run
run
over there
up
to
to
you.
you,
Oh
I'm
man,
like,
that
oh
joke
man,
was
that joke
funny as
funny
hell.
as hell.
Woo,
Oh, okay, it's
woo.
go.
You like, oh here, this nigga gonna try to steal this shit.
Yes, sir.
This motherfucker been try to take it.
Yeah, it's finna be gone. What's happening, Miss Carrie? Yeah, man. Like,
Hey
boy,
man, I don't
you
got the point where I do knock knock jokes. I
right,
don't do no more jokes no more, Black. I do knock knock. Knock knock. Who's there? You joke these motherfuckers.
right. Hey, man. And see, I really noticed it got bad, man, when I came out the road with Bruce and started hosting backstage. If you remember, I started a competition. Well, you know what I mean, and I told everybody, I was like, if you do anybody's shit, I'm gonna call you out. You know what I mean? Everybody got mad. You know what I mean? Because they knew I was gonna call their ass out. Like I took pride in being original. You know what I mean? And then back then, when we first started, everybody had their own style. You know what I mean? So everybody had their own style back then. So nobody really cared. Well, nobody really thought about stealing nobody's jokes. Not when we first started. And then I
Well,
always say, when the money got involved, that's when shit started happening.
that's what I was just gonna say. When people started getting a little fame, a little money, and they was
Right.
like, damn, that's when they started taking your jokes and running with them, and you like, damn. And and what used to kill me is like we go out of town somewhere and like a fan come up like, hey, this has got a joke just like that. And you be like, who? And they tell you, and you be like, that motherfucker stole that shit from me. You don't tell them that, but that's what you thinking in your head. Like, these motherfuckers stole that shit from me.
The hell if I won't tell them. But like I say, when I started prep, everybody was scared to talk like me. You know what I mean? Everybody told me I wasn't gonna make it. It was when I made it to Comic View and they seen that street shit was goddamn working. That's when everybody started trying to be street and start cussing and
Yeah, everybody
cussing
won't
their
be
whole
whole.
damn set. Yeah, everybody started trying to be hard. I was like, man, come on.
Yeah, motherfucker was soft as tissue paper, but then they seen your shit working. They like, oh, let me try to be hard. Like, no, nigga,
Hey
you ain't
man,
hard. You ain't never been hard.
hey pimp. And my
Everybody want to claim street creds and ain't never been in the streets.
right, right. Hey pimp.
You know?
My stage show was my life story. That's why I got offended when motherfuckers started trying to do my jokes. Hold on, pimp. This my life, nigga. This ain't no joke.
Listen, and
I'm
that's
just
what I'm
making it
saying. Like,
funny.
my shit was, I twisted it and made it funny, but
Right,
like you say, it was my life story.
right,
You know, shit, I wasn't
right.
coming from goddamn just sitting around like, ooh, let me think of what's funny. Motherfucker, I'm telling you some shit out of my life that was motherfucking funny when I had child support up the ass and I'm sitting in front of the judge, that motherfucker told me I got potential. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Right,
A potential? I got potential to be a judge, but I ain't one. Shit, set
right,
my child support at the lowest motherfucking point.
right. Yeah, I don't get paid
So,
on
you
my
know,
potential. Fuck
right.
that.
Shit, I don't get paid on potential.
Right.
But when I told that joke, then I told a marriage, I told a marriage license joke. And I thought about it. I say, well, hell, the marriage license ain't the only license that don't have an expiration date. Guess what? Here come comedians talking about the marriage license. And I'm like, well, damn.
Well, well,
The only reason I goddamn talked about it is because I don't been through it. Don't been
right.
married, don't been divorced. And I was like, well, damn. So I had to think about it. What could I do to make it funny? The motherfucker need to have an expiration date. Shit.
Right.
Every other license got an expiration date. Shit.
Right.
Make the
Right.
marriage license have an expiration date. So you know, me and this comedian named Akintunde. You remember Akintunde,
Yeah.
Black?
Yeah.
Me and him was on the road and we came up with a joke. And it was a joke about how rock stars can sing about anything and make the shit sound good. But the joke was toilet paper. That's what he's saying about. Toilet paper.
Right.
Shit that you wipe your ass with.
Right.
How about I go to New York and I see a dude doing the shit and I check it. And he like, bruh, that's my shit. I say, motherfucker, me and Akatunde came up with the joke on the road, bruh. Akatunde must have just left. And somebody was like, Akatunde was here last week. I said, damn, this motherfucker ain't been gone a week and the motherfucker still doing this shit.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So, I mean, it's bad out here. And we here to expose these motherfuckers. So, I mean, like you say, whoever on here, I hope they tell somebody so they can come over here and we can check them. Now, if he ain't no joke, he ain't got to worry about getting checked.
Yeah, hit dog a hollow.
You know. So
I ain't
mean,
gotta call yet. You'll feel guilty. You'll say something. I ain't gotta call yet.
Well, you know, hey, I tell you what, ain't nobody kicking no ass. I might start calling names, Black.
No, you know, I'm not worried about that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I might start calling names. You know,
I just
when I start calling names, fellas, please don't feel like I'm hating. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, that's the only way I know how to be.
Right. Like I don't call names because that's the era I came up in. Like certain shit.
Well, yeah, like you know, we ain't snitching, but at some point,
right.
I mean,
no, I'm just
maybe
saying,
we got to
like,
switch it from
saying, like,
snitching.
I don't tell nobody to be like me. Like, if you want to call them out. I said I don't call out names. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like calling them out either because you know they want to approach you in the club and shit. Like, hey man, why you got to say this, that, and the third? And I'm like, motherfucker, only reason I said it is because you fit the bill.
Right. Like I remember one of my buddies in Columbia, South Carolina. She called me one night and I don't forget who was on stage, and she was like, "Black, this nigga is doing your set." And I'm like, who is it? I don't forget who the hell she told me it was, but she put him on the speakerphone. Let me hear it myself.
You hear yourself?
Yeah. I'm like, God damn, pimp. Like, I'm trying to remember who the fuck it was.
Crazy shit, man.
Hey, man. I remember hearing a motherfucker talking about my eating pussy fucking with a rubber joke. You know what I mean? How do niggas eat pussy, but then they fuck with a rubber? They don't make no sense. You know what I mean? I was talking about that shit 25, 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Back when my baby mama text me with the child support number in my beeper. You know what I mean? Back in the day when we had beepers, I'm listening to folks doing my shit. You know what I mean? Come on now. Hey man, it's sad, and I understand when you're a new jack, you might idolize somebody, or you know what I mean. You got somebody that you think funny that you might want to imitate or whatever. But once you get established in the game, or once you learn what the game is about, I feel like you should learn how to write. You know what I mean? Like this is an art form. Ain't no cheat sheet to it. Like motherfucker, go, because one thing that a lot of people don't understand is stand-up comedy is about your perspective on shit that people can relate to. That's it. You know what I mean? And I know you don't think or talk like me. I know you don't walk or act like me. You know what I mean? So how in the hell you gonna take my shit that I created and come on now. Like I say, when I started, everybody was scared to do what I was doing. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But if I know you're a joke thief and you ain't stole none of my shit, hey man, I'm cool. Like people don't realize, or they didn't think I was thinking or whatever. Like when I hosted backstage, I never really did my actual show when I'm on the road. You know what I mean? When I was hosting backstage, I was just up there talking or just trying some new shit or something. You know what I mean? Because I knew that we had become the king of joke thieves. I watched it. I heard it all on the road. You know what I mean? I watched us go from getting no respect at all to having the funniest comedians in the country for about 4 or 5 years. Everybody moving here. You know what I mean? Everybody trying to use Atlanta to bolster their career. You know what I mean? I remember all this shit. You know what I mean? Then we went from that to having the most joke thieves to then we went from the joke thieves to the player haters. Like motherfuckers was getting mad when motherfuckers move here and start making some noise in Atlanta. Like, Pimp, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I never cared who came to Atlanta. Like, Pimp, your path ain't my path. I still can get mine. I don't give a fuck who moved to Atlanta. I was never scared of competition. You know what I mean? And then the era we came up in, shit, you had to be funny. Like when you got Bruce hosting a show or Earthquake hosting a show, like nigga, the hosts are hilarious. You ain't got no choice but to be funny. But they put that pressure on your ass. You know what I mean? So, hey man, if you got them in the game, hey man, remember this still an art form. You know what I mean? And I don't knock none of the social media comedians because if you can get that money, man, get that money. It's enough money for everybody out here. But my thing is, if you start making a living doing skits, okay, if you want to transform that into coming up on stage and being a stand-up comedian, okay, well, learn the art form. Learn how to put a joke together. You know what I mean? Learn what the punchline is. You know what I mean? It's elements in the game that you're gonna need if you're gonna do this. It's not a cheat sheet. You know what I mean? So get that money while you can, and that's a blessing that you got money or you're making money and you got time to work on your craft. You know what I mean? Like with us, shit, most of us, shit, they had to work and try to do comedy. You know what I mean? So enjoy where the game is now, but don't ever disrespect the game or the people that came before you. Shit, a lot of us paid the way, you know what I mean, for y'all to get all this money. You know what I mean? I'm glad to see comedy getting money like it is now. You know what I mean? Because for a long time, you know what I mean, comedy has always been a marathon. You know what I mean? Rap was quick money. If you get into music, you can have a hit song and shit, you might blow up overnight. You know what I mean? Well, not necessarily overnight, just once you get a hit song, you might just take off. You know what I mean? But in comedy, shit, comedy is a marathon. Like I think Steve and Stead and DL and all them shit, it had been 20 years before they had been in the game 20 years before they did the Kings of Comedy. You know what I mean? So I knew comedy was a marathon. You know what I mean? It's very few that done came and jumped on the platform and took off. You know what I mean? Not saying it ain't been none, but it's been very few. So understand the game, understand writing. Like when I wrote for Bruce on Comic View and Coming to the Stage, a lot of people don't even realize that. But they used to ask me, why am I writing for another comedian? I'm like, pimp, his style and my style are totally different. You know what I mean? And then that's my partner. If he hired me as a writer, shit, I'm gonna be a writer. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? I got a lot of shit, nigga. I got tablets of shit I done wrote. You know what I mean? Anybody that started out with me, they'll tell you. Shit, I had notebooks and shit. You know what I mean? So writing ain't never been a problem. It ain't a problem now. You know what I mean? And my shit original. Like the difference between nigga and nigger. You know what I mean? I don't see no well-known comedian do my joke about that. You know what I mean? So, hey man, you can't avoid it. You can't stop it. You know what I mean? Because I don't have time to copyright every damn joke I come up with, and probably couldn't do it anyway. So I don't have time to, you know what I mean, to worry about all this shit. You know what I mean? Like I got a lot more, man. And people been imitating me and my ways for a long time and hated on me at the same time. So it's nothing new to me. You know what I mean? But I'm telling y'all, New Jacks, that hey man, a lot of us paved the way for y'all to make that money. So don't disrespect the game or the art form. Go back and learn how to write a joke. Learn what your stage presence, time, and delivery mean. You know what I mean? Learn what a punchline mean. You know what I mean? Know when to accentuate a part of a joke and when to take something off of it. You know what I mean? Like all that shit matters. You know what I mean? And like I know some comedians that aren't really funny, but their stage presence, time, and delivery is so on point that they can pretty much say anything. You know what I mean? Those are the keys to the game: stage presence, time, and delivery. Once you get master those three, you can say anything you want to say. You know what I mean? So make sure you take time to learn the game. I know everything is instant right now, but the instant shit don't last. It look good right now, but this shit is the new hustle. Get in, get you some money, get out. You know what I mean? Or get you some money so you can relax and do some other shit. You know what I mean? Because there's very few that's gonna make it, but you can make a living. You might not ever blow up, but you can make a living. And then the last thing I'm gonna talk about, since the Keys having problems, and me and the Keys will start being on here every Wednesday at 9:30 with the Comedy Chronicles, just talking about a lot of the shit that we done experienced in the comedy game. You know, I did this shit for 25 years. You know what I mean? Straight. You know what I mean? If I was still active on stage, it'll be 29 years in November. So I do know a lot about the game. You know what I mean? I did, you know what I mean, make some moves and steps that the average person that started out when I did, they didn't get a chance to make because I was on the road with Bruce. You know what I mean? So I know a whole lot. You know what I mean? I tried to tell them back then what to look out for, but you know, some of them listened, most of them didn't. So that's on them. You know what I mean? So, but the last thing I'm gonna talk about is a lot of these little underlying beefs that's been simmering for the longest in comedy. You know what I mean? Like I hate to see the I don't know if y'all seen it, but the stuff that went on between Corey Holcomb and Earthquake. I know both of them. You know what I mean? And Corey was right in that situation. Like everybody knows that when you the headliner of a show, the show is all about you. You know what I mean? The green room is yours. You know what I mean? So you can have what you want in there. You can put who you want in there and all that. You know what I mean? And nobody, I don't care who it is, should try to take over the green room. And Quake, I like Quake. You know what I mean? But Quake been in the game long enough to know that he was violating. You know what I mean? So, hey man, y'all, you gotta respect each other. You know what I mean? And then see a lot of the ones that started before the ones that started with me, like they gonna always feel like they are, I can't say above you or whatever, but they gonna always feel like I don't know the right word for it, but they gonna always feel like, you know what I mean, you beneath them. You know what I mean? No matter what you done did. Like I see a lot of comedians now doing a lot of the shit I did 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? A lot of the clubs I did 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So a lot of I think Corey started around the time I did, around 93, 94 or some shit like that. I know him and D-Ray, they was two of the ones that I met after I got my start that I seen that was kind of similar to me. You know what I mean, when I started. But I think both of them come out of Chicago. So I met them once I got on the road. Real cool dude, Corey and D-Ray. You know what I mean? So I hate that it got to that, but it's a lot of little underlying beefs that's been simmering for a long time. You know what I mean? So, hey man, y'all just chill out, man. Get that money. It's enough money for all of us. You know what I mean? And if it ain't, they print some every day. They burn and print some every day. So it's enough money for everybody. But like I say, man, me and Dekeys will be on here every Wednesday with the Comedy Chronicles. We got a couple of things we're gonna do also. So it'll be more than just talking. We're gonna be out doing a couple of things. So look out for it, man. We just trying to keep y'all entertained. You know what I mean? And I think the way shit is now, I might have a better chance of enjoying myself doing this instead of jumping on stage. Because, like I said, it's not the same. You know what I mean? And I got a couple of things I want to put together anyway. You know what I mean? Like a Papa Black and Friends comedy tour. You know what I mean? Like some of the guys that, my personal favorites that I would love to go on the road and see what we can get out here. You know what I mean? While we still pretty young, but we got some age on us right now. So I want to see what's meant for us out here. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to learn more about this metaverse and this computer shit. And I mean, I know a little bit. I know y'all see me on here all the time, but I'm self-taught. I don't know everything, but I ain't scared to learn. So we're going to continue to entertain y'all. I'm getting back into it and get back into coaching. So y'all will see plenty of me. You know what I mean? And once I figure out a way to implement more of my comedy in this, it will be done. So I'm not gonna hold y'all all night. I know it is a work night, school night. So hey man, appreciate you checking in with your boy tonight and staying in with your boy tonight on the Comedy Chronicles, man, on the Papa Black podcast. Hey man, y'all be easy.